Hello my peeps, this is Kat aka Kakibot, and today I am saying hi to you from my new hometown, which is Glasgow here in Scotland. Now today's video's theme is gonna be coffee, but not just any coffee, posh coffee, because I got my paws on a new edition of the Indy Coffee Guide, which is a book that comes out every year or so. It comes in multiple versions for like different parts of the UK. It is created by people who are truly passionate about coffee, both enjoyers, serious enjoyers, and also people who are actually in the coffee industry here in the UK. So you will notice when you get the Scottish one, the people working on it within the creative team, many of them you might actually know from some of the third wave coffee establishments here in Scotland. So yes, it is kind of categorized by region. So I looked up the Glaswegian page, and on here there's, I believe, about 18 coffee shops that they recommend as places to visit if you truly are a coffee nerd. We are today going to be going to 12 or 13 depending on how things work out. And also, just let me say, I am not actually doing that today. You with me watching this, you are coming to all of those today. I have done this over multiple days because otherwise I would die. Anyway, we're gonna go to a whole bunch of very posh, very high quality coffee shops here in Glasgow, and you will enjoy it whether you like it or not, because the caffeine is gonna keep you pepped the same way I am right now. Let's go. Let's start with a couple of easy-to-reach central cafes. First one being Spitfire. Apparently they have moved into this larger space relatively recently, and I gotta say, it's refreshing to see a coffee shop with so much seating. The atmosphere might be a bit on the louder side on weekends, but the coffee is delicious. The house blend is one of Colombian and Brazilian beans, creating that sort of just right flavor, perfect for a long black. Through the House has only been open for half a year, and it has already managed to make it into this guide, and I am so glad this video has forced me to visit. Have you ever watched one of those DJ set YouTube videos where a cool guy plays Japanese city pop in his mid-century living room surrounded by houseplants? Well, now you can walk right into that video and feel very, very pleased with just how cool you are, you cool bean you. The actual beans here are supplied by some of my favorite Scottish roasters. Thompson's for the regular espresso drinks, and Cult for the decaf, plus guest beans to bring home too. Let's move on to the area of Mitchell Library. Cafe is known for many things, being a teaching lab for baristas, looking amazing in pictures, and also their signature creative drinks. Mine was the Cocoa Boss, a refreshing, kind of indulgent little glass of coffee and coconut water mixed with rooibos tea, topped with that lovely salted cream you might know from East Asian drink spots. Also, some of the nicest selections of sweet treats I've seen while shooting this video. Willow Grove is in many ways the very opposite of that airy, minimalist modern space. It's instead very cozy and extremely welcoming. Most of their coffee beans come from the Missing Bean roastery, but they regularly support this choice with some guest beans too. They have an impressive display of treats and also lovely veggie-friendly lunches. I had this edamame bowl, which was delightful. I might be going through a bit of a bean phase right now. This was just a perfect cafe to park myself during a late summer shower, with amazing coffee, good sustenance, and super friendly staff. Now, this one is really something special. Ottoman Coffee House is like going on a coffee vacation without even leaving Glasgow. I have heard so much about it, but I wasn't quite ready for just how much atmosphere I'd be hit with here. It is busy, and people clearly love to lounge here for quite some time, but thankfully the seating is plentiful. The menu offers a choice paralysis triggering amount of coffee, coming in many forms and brewing techniques, including siphon or Kyoto drip cold brew. I also ordered a cup of salep. This is a drink made with wild orchid starch and cinnamon, and it brought me right back to about 20 years ago when I would get this in Prague tea houses. Simon had the Istanbul Fog, frothy, spiced Earl Grey, and a lovely plate of hummus, quite tahini heavy, the perfect snack. EDINBURGH Coffee Roasters run multiple locations in Glasgow and also one in Oban, and they are very much loved by locals. This specific location, just by the Kelvin Hall subway station, goes through a little bit of transformation every night. Come 6 p.m, it becomes a little cocktail bar with £5 margaritas on Wednesdays. Or you can just stick to the city centre to try some of the Hinba beans. This Hinba on Sauchiehall Street is perfect if you need to re-caffeinate while shopping or conducting serious business in the area and want to avoid the many Starbuckses and black sheeps speckled around Glasgow city centre. Back in the west, all the way in Partick, let's visit Space, a colourful little cafe from the same team that's behind Cafe. They put a lot of effort into finding the best beans the world has to offer, and of course also into making sure they are brewed right. I was also told by one of the Hinba baristas that their banana bread cookie is pure perfection. That was unfortunately after I visited Space, so now I have a new treat to add to my to-try list. Now, for the next segment, we are in Glasgow Southside, which is my favorite part of Glasgow. I am not biased at all. There is a lot of coffee and delicious bakes to be had here, but according to this book, there are 3 places that should be on your must-visit list if you are a coffee fan. So yeah, why not hop on the train over at Glasgow Central, make it all the way south of the river, and let's get caffeinated even more than we already are. This Zenor location has only opened a couple of months ago, and it is the second one you can visit in Glasgow. I'm gonna add both locations to my custom map, which you can find in the description of this video, just to give you options. This is a modern minimalist space specializing in rarities and micro lots, plus seasonal specials and fancy teas. Inevitably, at this point, I was completely coffeeed out. Surprising, but yes, that does happen, even to me. Anyway, please excuse that we had this iced peach matcha latte instead, delicious and summery, and also a cup of green tea. Godshot has always been a big personal fave of mine, even before I moved to Glasgow. Great coffee? Check. East Asian flavors? Check. Indie perfumes to test out in store? Designer stationery? Check and check. Also, unlike many Southside cafes, Godshot is actually open every day of the week until 5, which really is a small miracle. To accompany our coffee, we had this dessert called Roomy. It was like a marriage between Asian-style savory sweet cheesecake and British banoffee, and it was, no kidding, the best dessert I had all summer. And the last spot of this video will be French Monkey, a great Southside cafe that becomes a natural wine bar in the evenings, with a great menu of lunch options, lovely rotating bean menu featuring coffee from all over the world, and I'm hearing also good matcha if that's what you're after. And if you made it all the way into this neighborhood, you can also reward yourself with bakes from Big Bear Bakery or a DIY pottery painting experience at Pun Spot right across the road. And so many coffees later, I'm still gonna remind you that if you are interested in Indy coffee of the highest possible quality, you should definitely get yourself a copy of the Indy Coffee Guide. You can get it in pretty much every one of these coffee shops that I have visited for this video. Also any of them that are listed in here that are over in Edinburgh and all across Scotland really. And of course also for maximum convenience, you will find it on their website and also on Amazon. So yeah, it's all over, 10 quid. Many coffee shops, and I really think that if you are into good coffee, you will get a lot of value out of this little volume. So yeah, thank you so much Indy Coffee Guide for not sponsoring this video. Hopefully this video will help you make some extra sales. I would love to know from you guys if you would appreciate me making more of these. Specifically, I guess, you know, the obvious option would be to go to the Edinburgh section of this book and visit all of those coffee shops and make a similar concept of a video over there. For me personally, this video, the process of making it has been really cool because again, I moved to Glasgow about 5 months ago now, and it is taking me a lot of time to kind of get used to where everything is, where's all the good stuff. Obviously, you know, things are expensive these days, eating out is expensive, so kind of like getting to know the food and coffee scene is taking more time than it would have couple of years ago, but I am still investing into it for you, for myself. I'm really aiming to become an expert on both Edinburgh and Glasgow. So yeah, I feel accomplished. I feel high on caffeine, obviously, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to be more in touch with what I kind of do on daily basis-ish, don't forget that I have an Instagram account, Kaki Blog, which is the one that's kind of a reflection of this channel. You know, it's about my life and travel around Scotland. If you're interested in the more nerdy stuff I do and my illustrations, head on over to Kaki Bot. That's the weirder one. So that's where you're gonna get the real me. Also, if you enjoy the content I make, you could either support me just because over on Patreon, or to get access to bonus videos. I have started my Patreon a year and a half and a bit ago, so now there's probably about like 15-16 bonus videos. Okay, that is it from me for now. Hope you had a nice caffeinated time. Get this book, and I will see you soon. Bye.